Right, guys, we are Fortunes from Football. This is Jose Mourinho's transfer targets. It's our first video. If you enjoy it, like, subscribe, and over the coming weeks and months, there'll be more and more content coming. Range of subjects, but Mourinho and Roma will be front and centre of what we post. Let's get cracking. So, first name on the list, Rui Patricio, 33-year-old goalkeeper from Wolves. This deal looks like it is as good as done for Mourinho, who's finally going to land his first signing at Roma. What can we say about Patricio? Is he outstanding? No, probably not. But what he is consistent, is reliable, and he does the basics well, which Mourinho loves. 97 caps for his country. And then in the Premier League, he's had 31 shutouts in 112 games, conceding 1.2 goals per game. Mourinho will love that. Steady hands at the back. Next up is Kurt Zouma, a player Mourinho knows very well. It was actually Jose that signed him from St Etienne back in his Chelsea days. Reported falling outs in the press. I think Zouma's gone on record saying that Mourinho once labelled him rubbish. But, and this is a big but, Mourinho would have liked the way he reacted with Zouma, not critical of Mourinho when he was talking about this, rather saying it drove him on to prove him wrong, which is exactly what Mourinho likes when he challenges a player. In terms of the player himself, big presence at the back. In fact, a big presence in both boxes, chipped in with 5 goals in 24 games last season in the Premier League. Winning an average of 4 aerial duels per game, 6 clearances, decent on the ball, 92% pass completion, 3 progressive passes per game, 4 progressive carries per game, and then the big thing, he's out of favour under Tuchel. Played a lot under Lampard, in and out after the change of manager at Chelsea. And if Mancini is to go to Chelsea as being reported, what a great deal for Mourinho. He loves Zouma. Zouma likes him. It fits all round. It's well documented Roma are in the market for a left back this summer, with Spinazzola picking up an Achilles injury at Euro 2020. That means he's out for a number of months as a minimum. It's possible Roma look to the loan market, with Alex Telles at Manchester United being one name linked. However, it is reported that Ben Sebaini from Mönchengladbach is Mourinho's preferred target. The only stumbling block to that for Roma being a 25 million price tag. If they can get their man, he will suit Mourinho down to the ground. Like we say, predominantly plays left back, but he's not so much of the flying fullback that you see nowadays, although he did chip in with 6 goals last season, 4 in the Bundesliga, 2 in Champions League. It's actually his defensive stats that would impress Mourinho most. He is solid, the main thing being that he wins a lot of aerial duels compared to other fullbacks in the top 5 leagues. And then on top of that, clearances, blocks, interceptions, ranks in the top 10% again across those fullbacks from Europe's Big 5. And then when he's in possession, like I say, not overly forward-thinking, progressive passer, but he will look after the ball. He's tidy enough. Safety first is what Mourinho will like. With Edin Dzeko the main man at the top end of the pitch for Roma, it's little surprise they are on the lookout for another centre-forward. Andrea Bellotti from Torino fits the bill nicely. He was linked with Tottenham whilst Mourinho was in charge, and you can understand why. He suits Mourinho's style of play well. He's a striker who has scored a lot of goals for Torino, 105 in just over 200 games. But he's a physical beast, holds the ball up well, wins headers, wins tackles, works hard. And he's a skipper at Torino. He's a leader. Doesn't need the armband to be a leader. He just is. Strong mentality. And like we say, he knows Serie A inside out. And if he goes to Roma, he will definitely continue his fashion of scoring goals, which he's done every season since he's joined Torino back in 2015. Here we come to Granit Xhaka. That's a deal that's been rumbling on all summer long. Mourinho, a long-time admirer of the Arsenal man, And if you believe what's out there, Xhaka has almost confirmed that he's heading to Italy with some interviews during the Euros, and that will almost definitely be to Roma. What will Roma be getting from him? Well, there's a perception of Xhaka that he's a wild man who gets needless bookings, needless red cards. He's actually wide of the mark. Mourinho spoke about how he's the main man at Arsenal, how mistakes will be made. But when you look at his stats, he's actually on the ball a lot. He wants the ball. He looks to play forwards. He looks to break the lines. And that's with passing, driving with the ball. And actually, if you've paid attention to the Euros, you'll see how much he steps up to that plate of being the leader, which has sometimes been questioned at Arsenal. His mentality, his abilities, paired together with Mourinho, looks like it would be a good fit. And actually, the reported 12 million, quite a bargain for Roma, if we're honest. Last but not least, we come to Luis Diaz of Porto, a club Mourinho obviously knows very well. Diaz, if you don't know much about him, predominantly plays on the left wing, but he's right-footed, so he's a threat cutting in. He's got a good goals contribution record. 38 goal contributions in 97 appearances for Porto, giving him around a goal contribution every 2.5 games. That split is 25 goals, 13 assists. And, I mean, if you've paid any attention to the Copa America, you'll know that he's capable of the sublime. And he's been one of the standout players of that tournament. In terms of how he plays the game, he's high pressing, strong dribbler, and as we've touched on with his goal contribution, he's got end product. If that's a deal that can be done, at 24 years old, Roma will be getting a good player for the future as well as for the right now. Well, that's it, guys. We've reached the end of our first video on here. We're Fortunes from Football. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe. Thanks very much, and we'll be back for more.